Hey guys, I'm MeeMee and I do Allsorts, and today I have some very bad news. There will be no Scrawlrbox suite this month. And not only that, but this is the last Scrawlrbox for this year. So let's make it a good one. Yeah, I got an email from Scrawlrbox a couple of days ago and saying that, we have some very bad news, being like awful and dramatic. If you fell for that clickbait, awesome. I'm not that good at doing jokes, so I'm sorry about that. But I received an email from Scrawlrbox a couple of days ago saying that, just sounded like it was being over dramatic, then we have some very bad news. There will be no suite this month because we couldn't get the shipment in time. So yeah, that's what that was. So formalities out of the way, Scrawlrbox is a monthly art subscription box here in the UK. So as I said, this is December's box, and after the year we've had, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what's inside. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, December, and let's see what we've got. Ooh. So first we have our scroller zine. It's got a very inky design on it and different medias. The scroller zine has everything from the art supplies used, hints and tips, the artists, and these are from October's box. I thought it would have been November's. Never mind. Ooh, that's quite pretty. Very vibrant as well. So our featured artist this month is Madame Blobfish. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. And there's her info if you want to take a look. Then up next we have Watercolor Paper. And this really has been a year from watercolours because in the last video I mentioned that we've had like watercolours like about 5 or 6 times this year, and now it's 6 or 7 times now. I'm not complaining, I love watercolours. So this is by Derwent. It's watercolour paper, a superior and smooth surface, perfect. We get 12 sheets, obviously perfect for pencils, watercolours, A5, 300 GSM and acid free. Ooh, oh wow, that is smooth. Smooth and thick. I don't think I've actually got smooth paper. That'll be interesting to try out. And I'll be adding to my other than 10,000 different watercolour papers. And now brings us to our art supplies. We have our destruction list, which we are going to look at later, and then we've got our Scrawlrbox sticker, which matches our featured artist piece. I really do love getting these stickers. Right? Oh, ooh, hello. And these are art crayons. I have actually seen a lot of the people use these from other art subscription boxes, mainly in the US, like Smart Art and Palettefull packs. But this is the first time I've ever actually seen these in real life, and I finally get to use them. So it's in a really nice thick barrel. I love the fact that there's a grip on it. This is what it looks like. Oh yes, you can twist it, and then you can twist it and it comes out, but that's not going back in. There you go. So I am looking forward to working with these. So this one is yellow as well. There you go. So this one is sunshine yellow. This one is a pomegranate and plum. Tell you what, these are really beautiful shades. I can't wait to try these out and see what else we can make from them. And up next we have this Royal and R19 paintbrush. I'm sure that according to this is Royal and Langnickel. Ooh, it's got a very firm tip to it, so maybe that'll be useful in picking this up if it's a crayon. Like really get the colours moving. And then we have the Faber-Castell 6B pencil. This is a gold Faber, I've never heard of that one. Pencil's a pencil, but a B I think is a softer pencil. That's as far as my extensive knowledge goes. For me, a pencil's a pencil. And last but not least, one of my favourite things, a kneadable eraser. Now, I don't really want to open this because it's in such beautiful packaging, plus I already have a kneaded eraser which I'm going to use instead. And don't like switching out things if I've already got the same of, the same thing, i.e. the kneadable eraser. If I've already got one out, I'll use that one. I was writing Royal and Langnickel and don't know why it's printed like that. So before we start on anything else, we're going to swatch out everything, have a bit of a play around. So first of all is the pencil. Ooh, oh wow. Well, when people say then to be as soft, that is soft. Now I actually know the difference because I normally work with like a HB and this is so much softer. Ooh, that really is so nice to work with. Oh, that's it, I'm switching to Bs. Now on to these. Ooh, oh wow. Oh my life, that is so smooth and creamy. Ooh, I like that. Colour is absolutely vibrant. Now, at the moment, that's going to make a very harsh line right there. I don't know how well it's going to be to feather out later on. Tell you what, I really do love that plum colour. It's making me hungry now. Oh my god, yellow, go away. Yeah, there's a bit of a harsh line. Of course, there's going to be re-texture because it is a smooth paper, you douchebag. It seems to be picking up and moving about a smidgen. Of course, I could be using these wrong. I have never used these before. For the 10,000th time, I've never used them before. So I don't know when the, textured paper would be better. What, again, not an expert. So I've just had a bit of a quick read here and, hints and tips of how to use them. Apparently the workline coil pastels, you can smudge them with your fingers, which I am not going to do. The water soluble ones we've already seen. You can make a precise nib on them, and you can also do some shavings and mix them up. It's somewhat similar to one I've done, but put on the mixing palette and do a better job than what I did. So I think I'll try that one as well. So that's it. Then have a look at our Scrawler challenge, and this month's is expressive expressions. I can go completely abstract with these, and we've gone to large crayons, so you can make big swooping motions if you want to. So I'm gonna give this some thought and I'll get right back to you. Right, well, as you can see, I have drawn a picture. You can't really see because I've already drawn it out and I've already went in with the kneaded eraser. But I'm actually doing this lovely little chap. Yeah, this is the Blobfish. And it's deemed as the most ugliest creature on God's green earth. And I think then you'll agree then we have a lovely expression right here. I am trying out in different light system because the weather outside is really bad and everything's been turning orange, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so I'm going to see how this works out. And as you can see, I have a ring light. Not sure if it's a good thing, but we're going to try anyway. It also really does not help that I'm very, very light sensitive, but here we are. So I have no plan going into this. Everything is new to me, and I'm just going to go in whole ham and see what comes out. Then hopefully you can actually see this picture. So first off, I'm going to go in with some highlights. I'll tell you what, though, drawn on this paper was really interesting. It came out even smoother than what I'm normally used to. And by the way, I'd recommend going online and do some research on the blobfish, and it's actually really interesting. And how the blobfish, looks as in does on land, but underwater it actually does this amazing transformation. And by the way, if you've seen the light changing quite a lot, this is the first time using the ring light, so I have no idea what on earth I'm doing. I'm just trying to adjust it so I don't go blind afterwards. But such is life as a YouTuber. At the moment, at least I can actually see what this yellow really looks like. Ooh, I tell you what, that works like an absolute dream. and all I did was just scribble on the bottom. I don't know how well this is going to dissolve if I, you know, script some bits in. And it's not dissolving. Maybe I'm using the wrong palette, but at least it's getting a little bit more yellowish. I know it doesn't look very expressive right now, I'm just painting it on, but I'll go in with the crayons later as soon as I can get some shadows down. Tell you one thing, things really dally very, very quickly. And diluting things down, it definitely does not go into the category of a little goes a long way. Twice I've tried to mix up an orange, but it's just too light. I think I'm gonna change tactics. I can't help but get a familiar vibe with the recent Scrawlrbox when we had some like very, very similar colours, but instead of the purple we had blue or cyan. I bet those watching this will be yelling at me that I'm doing this wrong. I know I'm doing it wrong. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, but I like to find out about these things. And this isn't really my kind of style. I like something a bit more refined, I suppose. You know, I'm not really done too much into contemporary and like expressive art. Never really was. I'm more of like someone who loves the old masters and would so love to paint like them. Really needs working on smooth paper. I'm not used to it. You know, I can see the individual strokes, but I guess I'm kind of getting into the messiness of it. But I suppose if you can tell what the subject matter is, then we're okay. darker areas. So I think I'm going to call that done. I actually really had an awful lot of fun doing this. Like I've said, I've never used dark crayons before, and they were so much fun to work with. They were really creamy, then they blended out nicely. You know, they weren't well band, just using the paintbrush on the tip and, you know, and just putting it straight on the paper like I've done there, and even from the undercoating. It doesn't really melt that well, you know, with the water. You know, and you get like a lot of grainy textures, but you know what? I actually quite like the texture of it. It just gives it a bit more character. And the vibrancy of them is just amazing. One thing I would actually change about these would be, you know, putting a stopper on them somewhere, because they just keep rolling the out an awful lot. Now, thankfully, you won't be hearing this once I'm finished editing. But honestly, all I've been hearing was, yeah, that gun's annoying really fast. But I didn't have anywhere really to put them. So yeah, for the final box of 2020, I really enjoyed it. You know, and it's like the most expressive that I'm ever going to get, and for big bold lines, these were perfect. You know, especially in covering large areas. If you guys are interested in your own Scrawlrbox, I will leave a link in the description box below. And I forgot to mention earlier, I'm not sponsored, not affiliated. I'm a huge fan of their boxes. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the new year.